Hey guys, Tom here and welcome back to another video where we talk about Need for Speed Heat, a game that's coming to us very soon on, if I go back, November 8th of 2019. I didn't do that because I didn't remember, I just thought it would be kind of cool to go back. I don't remember if you can pre-order and get it a little sooner than that, but it's so soon, who cares? I'm not one of the people that has access to gameplay footage. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those blessed YouTubers, but I am going to be going through all of the cars I have customized in Need for Speed Heat Studio because it's been kind of fun doing that and waiting for all the car drops and all that sort of stuff. It's been a fun little gimmick. And so we're just going to go through all the cars, talk about stuff, and yeah, just as kind of a video to express my thoughts one last time before I actually start playing the game, which I will be doing, and I actually look forward to it. I'm actually hyped up for this game, which is weird, because I was very, very skeptical. I was very careful about getting hyped up. I didn't want to get hyped up, but as I'm starting to see the gameplay, the pursuits, the racing, the customization, I am actually starting to have some hopes. I'm hoping this is a game that will have some good replayability, where I can keep playing it and make videos of it after I finish the main story. I like the car list. It's a little controversial because there are several versions of the same car. I personally like that. Maybe I'm part of the 1%. I don't know. So we're going to be going through a lot of the cars that I've customized in the app. Some of these are cars I'm not going to build, like for instance the first one right here. 180 SX Type X. Will I ever build this? Maybe. It's not high on the priority list, but if I ever wanted to, I could import these settings of the car. Oh, I have to update stuff. I could import these settings into the game, which I think is kind of neat. I don't think I'll really be using the app that much. I'd rather do most of my customizations in the game, especially when it comes to vinyls. I don't want to have to move stuff around with my fingers. I just don't see how that would be in any way pleasant whatsoever. We've got a C7 Corvette, a car I'll probably get and use as a drag car because it was an overpowered drag car in Payback. We've got the 911 GT3. It's got an RSR body kit as far as I'm aware, and it actually looks pretty nice. We've got an Audi S5 Sportback. I didn't know what to do with this. This is one of those cars that had only fictional parts available. A lot of cars are like that. It's a little disappointing, but you know, better than nothing. I didn't want to go too far from factory because most of the fictional things look really weird, and I just don't like it. No, I don't want any of those changes to be saved. We've got a Dodge Viper. As you can see, I've been naming these. As you can see, this is called JV, understandably. We've got Bay West R34. Originally, this car was Bayside Blue, hence the Bay, and West is from Sea West. Unfortunately, there's no Sea West body kit in this game, and I am massively disappointed. I mean, this still looks awesome. I mean, it's a freaking R34 GTR, but no Sea West anything. No, all we need now is the Sea West hood and the side skirts and the rear bumper and a wing, but beggars can't be choosers. Beggars can't be choosers. But at least the Skyline is in the game. I'm hoping that it will sound cool. I'm very interested to see what it will be like to drive Eddie's Skyline, because for those of you that don't know, they have a couple legacy cars in the game. They've got the most wanted M3 GTR with the V8 sound. I think it's probably the sound of an E92 M3 V8, the S65. The gear whine is a little weird, but I like that they did that. It's a step in the right direction. If they did a little bit of modulating and editing and made it a higher pitch, they'd get pretty close to what the M3 GTR was. Just make it sound like a flat plane racing V8. And then there's also Eddie's Skyline with the actual body kit from Underground. And also, it's also the body kit that was used in Underground 2, actually. And speaking of Underground 2, there is Rachel's 350Z with the same body kit, which I think is very cool. That body kit, by the way, in that game is called Mantis. I don't know why I remember that. Mazda Rx-7, very cool. I was going to design it and have it be green. That's why it's called Ken Rx-7 in the sense of Kenji. There's a guy I know that's named Jim or Jimmy that has a BRZ. I didn't know how to customize this. His car's blue. Audi R8 V10. Wasn't too pleased with the customization on this car. It didn't look fantastic. It's not even worth updating. Lotus Elise, or Lotus Exige. This actually looks pretty cool. So this uses all fictional parts, and for once that didn't bother me. Let's have a closer look at it. It looks like a hill climb car to me, or what I would consider to be a hill climb car. It's wide, but it looks like it came like that from the factory, which is how I want all wide body kits to be. I like wide body kits where it looks like it was meant to be there in the first place. It didn't look like you had to cut out a fender and do weird bolts and stuff. Just looks like it was meant to be. I like that. Very cool. We've got the BMW M4, the Murder M4. It's murdered out, black with gold wheels, wide body kit, big wing, all that stuff. Kind of like the one I did in Payback, except it's black. The one in Payback, I think, was orange. Very, very cool, very good. For some reason, the back wheels are a different size to the fronts, but we're not going to worry about that. I made this before I realized Rachel's 350Z was going to be a perfect replica in the game, so let's just ignore that. I don't like the 350 customization in the game at all. We've got the Chevy Camaro. Very nice. We've got a C7 ZR1. I actually quite like this. Unfortunately, you can't do a ton of physical modification. As you can see, I mean, you could take the roof off if you wanted to. I was in a C7 Grand Sport this past summer with the roof off, and that was very fun. So yeah, C7 ZR1. I think it looks great. We've got the Pagani Huayra, a very special car. Not a lot of customization, so not very noteworthy at all. Ferrari 458 Italia with the challenge car or GT body kit, whatever you want to call it. I think this is a huge deal. I am very happy Ferrari's back in the game, even though I'm mostly a Lamborghini guy. I like Ferraris, and I'm really glad that they included the challenge car body kit because I love the body kit. I love the way it looks. I think it's fantastic, even though the 458 is slow. Whatever. I think it looks better than the 488 in my opinion, unless if you're talking about the Pista. Okay. We've got the Lamborghini Aventador S, full Liberty Walk body kit, if I remember correctly. It looks like, yeah, Liberty Walk. A lot of you are probably screaming at me for not recognizing it, but not an expert on Liberty Walk, I'm afraid. Usually I just kind of assume it's Liberty Walk or something like that. But yeah, Liberty Walk Aventador, it's gold like that one gold one in Payback. I didn't know what else to make this look like. We've got an Acura Rsx. It actually didn't turn out too horribly. Will I ever get one in the game? Maybe after I finish the game and I'm bored and just want to get all the cars in the game. I actually really like the wing on this car, though. It's not too massive, and I like that the mounting brackets are closer together rather than at the edges of the trunk. I prefer that look. I don't know why people have wings where the mounting brackets are closer to the edges now. I don't know if that's more secure, but I just don't like the way it looks. I know it's aesthetics over performance or performance over aesthetics, but that's just me. And a car that is a very big deal to me. I called it Thanos as a joke. Oop, shit. Hold on one second. A phone call interrupted my my recording. I'm going to have to put my phone on airplane mode and save the first recording. Okay. Heat Studio Part 1. Stupid phone calls. Robocalls. Okay. Let me start the recording again. Okay. Boom. Take the workshop. So, I called this car Thanos as a joke, but it's an M3 E46 with the GTR body kit. You'll be able to get this much sooner in the game compared to the actual M3 GTR. So the M3 GTR, that's actually called an M3 GTR, you can only get it by completing the game, as far as I know. But you can, of course, get the M3 E46 in the body kit much sooner, I assume, I hope. So what I'll probably do is I'll build an M3 E46, hopefully E92 4-liter V8, swap it. I'm hoping that's an option. And build my own GTR and then have the NFS one as like a second GTR, because I want an M3 GTR with my own livery on it. I always do that in all the other games. So that's very cool. It's the GTR body kit. It looks freaking awesome. It doesn't have my livery on it because I could not be asked to make a livery in Heat Studio. One other thing I want to do is test a theory I have. You see, the vinyl wrap and customization system between 2015, Payback, and Heat are all very, very similar. And unlike 2015, Payback had local save files on your hard drive that you could back up, give to other people, whatever. What I want to see is if you can transfer the files that contain the wraps to Heat. See if those are transferable, because that would save me a lot of time and effort. I can recreate wraps I've done in the past, but some of them are very complicated and take a lot of time. So I want to see if I can recreate some of them by just simply moving the files over. So we'll see if I can do that. That's something I'm going to test. A lot of people probably don't care about that, but I think that would be worth trying. And now, the Lamborghini Aventador Svj. This car is a very big deal. I think it looks freaking awesome. You'll notice that it doesn't have the weird 63 thing on it. That's because they very recently added the trim section, where you could take, like if your car comes with like a vinyl stock, you obviously can't remove that in the wrap editor. So now all you have to do is go to parts and go to trim and go, whoop, much better. So I think this car looks great. I love the exhaust. You can't really do a whole lot with it, but it already looks fantastic in my opinion. And if you want an Aventador with a body kit, just go with the Aventador S. So there you go. Up next, we've got a Spec 5 Mustang. This is to Heather's specification. Oh, I'm offline, so I can't download anything. God dang it. So that's the Heather specification. It's essentially supposed to be grabber blue. It's got the Spec 5 body kit. I'll turn on airplane mode for a second. Please, no one call me. Someone just commented on a video named Eugene Krabs. Congratulations, you just got a shout out, my dude. So I think it looks very good. It's got a very thick tire on the back that makes it look like a drag car. It's really funny. I think it looks really good. I prefer this front end of the S550 generation to the facelifts. I think this looks much better. I think all the other ones, it looks like the front end's been a little smushed, but that's just my personal preference. Nissan Skyline Gtr R32. I'm very disappointed with this car. I'm not going to lie. I'm very disappointed with the customization of this car because there aren't a whole lot of options. You've got this being the only front bumper. You don't even have the weird R34 conversion anymore. The hoods are very pathetic. You do have the BR brand, though, for some of the parts. The brand that had the R34 conversion. Not that I liked it. I'm just saying the option's not there. You got the wheels. BBS wheels are in the game, by the way. That's very cool. You have the BR exhaust. You don't even get to have the BR rear bumper, which I actually kind of liked. So that's really annoying. So there's not a whole lot you can really do with this car. You can put wings on it, but none of these wings suit the car, so I just kept the stock wing. Taillights, meh. So overall, very underwhelming. I just unlocked a secret car, apparently, but I have all the never mind. Doesn't matter. Let's scroll back down. Mitsubishi Evo 9. So this was in the previous game. Not really sure what my inspiration was originally with this. I just made it green, gave it some kit parts. What parts are available for this car? I can't even remember. Quite a few. So this car has pretty good customization options. So not that disappointed with this car, and it has a good wing option with the mounting brackets being closer to the middle, which I like. Lamborghini Diablo SV. I thought this was a Diablo GTR when I saw it in the trailer because it had the Diablo GTR wing. Little did I know that the GTR wing was a customization option. And so I've built my version of a Diablo GTR using the SV, and it's actually really cool. I mean, look at this. This looks mean as hell. And I haven't done the trim thing. Does this have trim? Stop with the software update. Trim. Yeah, you can move the trim. It actually, for once, I don't have any issue with the trim. It actually, if I had one of these and it looked like this, I don't think it would actually be like chrome gold. I think that would be really shameful. I would probably at least keep that because that's really cool. I like that. And the car deserves it, even though would it be sacrilege to put an SV sticker on a Diablo GTR? Would you rather it say GTR or something? I don't know. Nissan 370Z Heritage Edition. Okay. Customization on this is a little better than the 350 350. We've got the Huracan Performante. Very awesome car. A car I actually want to get one day in real life, hopefully. We'll see. Very early on in my life, so I've got time. But I love this. You can't remove the trim with the flag on the bottom, but that's fine. No body kits available for this car. And that's fine because you've also got the normal Huracan in the game. But I'm happy they put the Performante in because I love the Performante exhaust over the original LP cars. I prefer the Huracan Evo and Huracan Performante exhaust by far. And I think this looks awesome, and I look forward to driving it. This is actually a car I drive a lot in the game. We've got the Lamborghini Murcielago LP670-4 SV. I actually did a fair bit of modification to this car, and I'm not too displeased with how it turned out. Would I customize it like this in real life if I had one? I plead the fifth. I don't really know. But I'm very happy with how it looks right now. I think it looks very cool. All cars. Okay. I called this beach car Aventador S Roadster. Take the workshop. Update. The reason why I probably call this a beach car is I think I took the roof off. Let's have a look. Update complete. Yep. I also had a little bit of fun with the Damascus texture as well, which is interesting. It's a little bit like a FIFA YouTuber, but let's not talk about that. I didn't want to just put the Liberty Walk kit on that chassis-mounted wing. I wanted to see if I could do something a little different. I think it turned out okay. Pretty good. Scroll down to the Mitsubishi Evo Ten. I don't know how much I'll actually be driving this car, but I am very happy it is in Need for Speed Heat, and most likely future Need for Speed games to come. So that's very cool. We're updating it. And I'm actually very pleased with the customization as well. I mean, obviously, it's the Evo 10. There's a lot you can do with it. But I'm very happy for one thing, specifically. I'm very happy that it has, as an option, for the front bumper, get out of the way updates, the Mitsubishi FQ400 bumper. The FQ400 Evo 10 is my favorite version of the Evo 10. I think it looks great. It's 403 brake horsepower, I think. It's awesome. Only downside is that we do not get to have the FQ400 rear exhaust where it exits in the middle where the license plate would be. I think that's where it is. So still very, very, very cool. A little bit of a secret, actually. Don't tell my WRX, but I actually was looking at an Evo 10 MR as a first car before I got the WRX. Basically, what happened is we got to the dealer. The car was sold the previous day, and so we're like, okay, well, we're at the Subaru dealer. Let's look at some WRXs, and we got a WRX. So that's the end of that. Up next, we've got the Lamborghini Huracan in a Super Trofeo body kit. You know, the official Lamborghini kit. I wish the new Liberty Walk GT kit was in the game, but obviously that's very, very, very new. They could always add it later on, which I think would be very cool, but this still looks very nice, very YouTuber. A little DDE, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. I also did the exhaust where it made it kind of look like a Performante exhaust, but it's a little dinky and pathetic. So, meh. I'd probably drive the Performante over that, to be perfectly honest, even though it looks a little bit more stock. We've got the Dodge Charger. Very nice. Not a whole lot you can really do with it, but I just made it look very clean and mean. We've got the McLaren P1 called the Widowmaker in honor of Jeremy Clarkson's review back when he was on Top Gear and everything was right with the world. But it's okay, we got the Grand Tour now. My voice just cracked. This car, obviously, my dream hypercar of all time. The greatest car ever in terms of just, like when people ask me what your dream car is, I have to specify dream build or dream car. Because dream build is the M3 E46. Dream car, meaning a car I wouldn't have to change anything with, except maybe the color. It's the P1. The P1 is that very special car in my heart, mind, soul, body. I need it in my life. I will kill your family. I'm just kidding. I will do anything for it. I will kill everyone for it. Okay, so anyways, we've got the Nissan GTR. They also added the R35 Nismo. I don't know if there's any customizations options for it. Let's have a look. Let's do some investigating. If I scroll down, R35 Nismo, you can only change the wheels, color, and wraps of this car. That's fine. That's understandable. Nissan Silvia Spec R. I call it the Black Mamba. The Black Mamba. Okay, so annoyingly, you can't quite see it because it's black, but we can just go and change the color. Shit. Change the color. Why is this so screwy? Oh, what textures did I use? What the heck in heck? Okay, so this is the color now I've come across by accident. As you can see, it's got the COS kit, which drives me nuts. The S15 has a COS kit, but the R34 doesn't. How does that work? I don't know. That's just weird, but it looks good, so stop with the updates. Okay, very, very cool, though. The app is jibbing out a little bit. And then finally, the P1 GTR. The car that I will be using pretty much all the time, probably even more than the M3 GTR, because look at this. How can you not like this? This is everything you need from a car, especially if you get the LM versions tuned by Lansante or get a GTR converted to be road legal by Lansante, because this is the perfect race car. If it's road legal, it's the perfect road car, even though it's probably really impractical. But at least it doesn't have a roll cage, so it's very easy to get in. Oh, of course, this does have the Lexan windows, so you have to be aware of that. But it's gorgeous. I love the way it looks from the back. I love the wing. I love everything about it. I can't wait to use it. But yeah, Need for Speed Heat coming out very soon. I'm very excited to do a series on it. We're obviously going to do the story. We're going to do builds. If you guys want to give me challenges, you can do that too. We'll see how that works, what I can do. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to doing the pursuits. The pursuits actually look very promising. I like the system they have right now. There's a few things that need to be changed, obviously, but it's very early in development, so it's like, But I'm very excited. I'm very excited to drive the M3 GTR, the M3 E46, the P1 GTR, the Huracan Performante, the Evo Ten, so many others. I hope you guys are looking forward to watching me play Need for Speed Heat. I will be playing on PC, so if you guys got PC, play with me. I'm going to start a crew, because that's a thing in the game. Let's take over the world of Palm City, which, by the way, in case you didn't know, is a place in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. I recently did a series on Hot Pursuit 2 on my Twitch channel, and obviously you can watch the highlights on this channel. And there's maps in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 in an area called Palm City. That game is from almost 2 decades ago. Let that sink in. So keep an eye out for stuff like that. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this video and all of the builds I have showcased. I look forward to playing Need for Speed Heat. I can't wait. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome. I feel awesome. This car is freaking awesome. I'll see you all next time. I am Tom, the Racing Joker, and I'll see you all next time. I feel like I've already said that. Keep it crazy.